What color are the binoculars? The binoculars are black. I can look through binoculars to see birds up high in trees. Do you remember what this is? Battery. I put batteries into electronics to make them work. Do you remember what this is? Explosion. Remember that bomb that we lit? Well, when the bomb explodes, there is an explosion. What's this? Hurricane. A hurricane is a big storm and it has lots of wind. It looks like this. It's a hurricane. Do you remember what this is? Comet. We see comets up high in the sky at night. Can you see an atom with your eyes? No. Atoms are tiny, tiny, tiny. You can't see them with your eyes. Do you remember what this is? Canvas. I can paint with paintbrushes on the canvas. Do you remember what this is? Poison. You never want to eat poison. Poison can kill. Look, the veil is covering the girl's face. You can only see her eyes because the veil covers her nose and her mouth. Do you remember what these are? Headlights. They're headlights because they are at the front of the car and help you to see when you're driving at night.
Do you remember the telescope? We looked at a telescope. A telescope lets us see things that are far away in the sky. Well, here are some binoculars. Remember this word, binoculars, okay? Binoculars help us see things that are far away on the ground. So we use binoculars when we want to see things on the ground. We use a telescope when we want to see stars and things in the sky. Battery. Oh, some binoculars use a battery, but a battery is used in a radio. It's used in a flashlight. A battery gives power to a lot of different things, doesn't it? An explosion is something you will study if you take a class in physics. If you take a class about physics, you will study explosions. Do you remember the bomb that we talked about on the railroad track? That bomb makes a small explosion. This is a very large explosion, something you will study if you take a class in physics. Hurricane. A hurricane is a weather condition. It's a storm in the ocean. Here we can see a hurricane from space. We are looking down from space at this hurricane. Can you see how big it is? It's over the ocean. Hurricane, a storm over the ocean. If you take a class in astronomy, you will study comets. Look at this beautiful comet. A comet is something you will take you will study if you take a class in astronomy. A comet. An atom is something you will study if you take a class in chemistry. This is a very, very small building block of everything that we have, isn't it? But an atom is something you will study in chemistry. A canvas. A canvas is something you will use if you take a class in art. If you take an art class in school, you will use a canvas to paint on. Poison is something we use in the lab sometimes, if we take a class in science, but it is also something we use to kill weeds that we don't want, weeds that are growing in the grass. Poison. This veil is covering this lady's face. Can you see it? It's very colorful. It has gold and red. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of cloth that covers her face, a veil. Headlights are so nice. Most vehicles, most cars and trucks have headlights. Turn them on when it's dark and they shine the way. Headlights. Don't forget.